The XFM Breakfast Show with John Holmes.
The brain is still functioning.
Good morning. That was the sound of the functioning brain of a Manic Street preacher. Welcome, Nicky. Welcome, James, to XFM Breakfast.
Hello.
Oh, in unison there. How are you both? Right.
All right. Yeah. Not so bad, but still hanging in there.
Yeah, we're good. Well, we were just discussing off air there the joy of motorway service stations, which I know, having travelled from the valleys to the smoke, you're obviously on a frequent basis. So do you kind of stop in at all of the motorway service stations? I mean, what's your...
Shall we give our travel secrets?
Come on, do we want the travel secrets?
Well, the best services in Britain is probably TB services. The best food, anyway.
Yeah.
That's up near the border with Scotland, I suppose, isn't it?
Oh, the Lake District, Cumbria one, sorry.
Yeah.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
That's family run.
It's family
is that what makes it the...
Yeah, it's independent, it's all...
The Lake District, Cumbria one, sorry. That is absolutely That's family run.
It's family
is that what makes it the...
Yeah, it's independent, it's all... Very yummy, mummy and daddy, of course.
Yes.
But
great shop as well.
This good butcher shop, good bookshop in there, and the food's mega, and it's just really cool.
Oh, this is good. This is like a guide to the travel stops of Britain with the Manic Street Preachers. This is an ITV travel log waiting to happen. I don't know why this hasn't happened before.
And we always stop at Reading services.
We do.
When we're going back to Wales.
You need some kind of loyalty card if you do it around regular basis. That's what we just do.
We do. You have just come up with one of the ideas of the century.
Yeah, good. Anyway, listen, let's talk about the music, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. The new single, Anthem for a Lost Cause, obviously XFM, we're loving it, as I believe the DJ says. I was going to talk a little bit about the video, because it obviously follows on thematically from the previous two singles. But this one, I don't know, this one's, is it the more moving of the three? Is it the most powerful message, because it's the women's cause of the miners' strike?
Well, when it went out, when it was first broadcast, I've never had so many texts and tweets and the rest of it saying that I'm literally in tears watching this.
Yeah.
From close friends to, people cattling around, wherever, tweeting about it. And I think it did resonate, because it's a bit of an untold story, a bit of a forgotten story, really.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Because obviously we're now of a generation that didn't grow... we're all similar age-ish, I guess, and we grew up through the miners' strike, especially resonant to you guys. But it's a message, I think, that maybe the younger generations, we'll call them, aren't that familiar with, and I think it's...
Well, they haven't got a clue, yeah. No, it's just, completely irrelevant. It's like, it's the equivalent of a 7-inch single or something, they've got no concept
of what that...
It's like paying for music or something. It's that alien to them.
Yeah. Well, absolutely.
And of course, we're kind of glad they didn't have to live through those times.
Well, but it does. It certainly gives you it gives you a kind of a deep-rooted anger that never leaves you, which I think's a good thing. I've always gone for the anger is an energy mantra.
It's good for your songs.
It's good for songwriting. That's for sure. And how important were women during the miners' strike? Because it often focuses on the men's stories, as you said, Nicky. And this is a kind of a forgotten one, right?
Yeah, they just ran it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because so many people were out there striking, protesting, wherever. That. They just kept everything going.
Do you think it was particularly... It resonated particularly with that because Mrs. Thatcher was a woman? It was kind of seen as a sort of a betrayal of womankind, because she was obviously the architect of that.
Yeah, I think the encouraging thing about that memory was that truly dreadful Thatcher film with Meryl Streep, which was so appalling.
Iron Lady.
It's kind of worst viewing figures with Wales.
It was a poor sequel to Iron Man, wasn't it? It wasn't anything like the first Iron Man. It was rubbish.
I mean, no one watched it apart from, certain parts of the south of England, really.
The next album, because it's been said, of course, that this, the current one is, and I'm quoting here, more melancholic and acoustic. And the rumours are that the next album, which is out next year, I believe, is going to have a much more electronic feel to it. Is the rumour true?
I think it is true. Yeah. It's post, it's punk, it's disco, it's rock. It's post-punk, disco, rock.
Post-punk, disco,
There's
rock.
the advert right there.
That's my tagline. Kind of goes.
It's post, it's punk.
Post, it's punk, it's disco, it's rock. It's post-punk, disco, rock.
Post-punk, disco,
There's
rock.
the advert right there.
That's my tagline. Kind of goes.
It's post, it's punk, it's disco, it's rock.
Sounds like a Talking Head song.
Yeah. What's the secret? Well, how does this, what's the key to the Manic Street Preachers' continued success?
I mean, strangely, bizarrely, we generally still absolutely love being in the band.
Yeah.
And we're still obsessed with that, really.
The spark's still there.
Oh, yeah, it really is. I mean, it does get harder, just through getting old and having more responsibilities and all the rest of it, but when we're at our best, we're pretty obsessive.
I think we've been careful to realise, that we are still deeply competitive people, even amongst each other, to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And that's an unreasonable feeling to keep hold of as you get older, because it's that old cliche, you know, start getting up the mountain, which is the hardest part, is getting down safely.
That's deep.
And all that kind of rubbish and that kind of shtick. But, you know, you've got to be aware of your limitations as you get older. You realise that perhaps you're not going to have a #1 run the world like you did with If You Tolerate This, Your Children Will Be Next.
Yeah.
But, you know, you've got to banish that from your mind and just keep going.
Yeah.
As Churchill said, if you're going through hell, just keep going.
You're full of quotes today, aren't you?
I am today.
That's great, that is.
Quote of the day, toilet paper.
I like to go up the mountain as long as there's a service station with decent quality food halfway up.
And it's run by the Tibet.
Gentlemen, it's lovely to talk to you. Would you mind hanging around and playing radio's worst quiz?
We'll have a go.
In a short amount of time. Yeah. Is there food? Yes. No, there isn't. Gents, it's lovely to have you on. Hang about a bit for us. That's James and Nicky from Manic Street Preachers on XFM. And here's the new single, Anthem for a Lost Cause. Good morning then, XFM Breakfast. I'm John Holmes, still joined by Nicky and James off of Manic Street Preachers. Gentlemen, I warned you in advance about the quiz. It is called Pop Stars Win Prizes. I know. Here's the twist. Here's the twist. No pop stars have ever played this because it's just been the likes of Biffy, Suede, Cortinas, that kind of thing. And now you guys, and there aren't any prizes.
That's all right.
So I apologise.
I've got enough XFM mugs at home.
That you nicked from when you were on the chairman of the board or whatever you were. Anyway, this is chairman of the board. This is Pop Stars Win Prizes with Manic Street Preachers. Here we go. So your first question, gentlemen, is this. Recent film release news now, and as recently saw the film release of the new Tom Hanks film, Captain Wilson Phillips, which tells the true story of a merchant shipping captain trying to pilot the 18,000-ton American vocal pop trio Wilson Phillips through dangerous waters off the coast of Africa. Shipping captain trying to pilot the 18,000-ton American vocal pop trio Wilson Phillips through dangerous waters off the coast of Africa. To the captain's horror, Carney Wilson, Wendy Wilson and China Phillips are boarded by Somalian pirates who take control of the Grammy Award-winning adult contemporary group, forcing them to hold on, that's right, until help arrives in the form of 3-time Brit Award-winning singer-songwriter SEAL, a highly trained division of the United States Navy. Here's your question. Captain Wilson Phillips isn't the only musically based pirate film. Name the other one. He was staring at me like a man. Is it A, Pirates of Billy Ocean's Caribbean Queen? Is it B, Pirates of the Caribbean 2, The Curse of the Black Pearl Jam? Or is it C, Sinbad the Star Sailor? Which...
I go for Billy Ocean.
I go for Billy Ocean, because we love Billy Ocean.
It's the right answer. Straight in. Here's question number 2.
You sure that wasn't the only right answer?
It was the right answer. You got the right answer. You knew.
Okay.
You knew your stuff. This is a history question. This week, of course, is the anniversary of the assassination of John Kennedy, XFM's resident musical guru. But another lesser-known anniversary is that of the defection of the so-called Cambridge spies, Mel and Kim Philby. Mel and Kim Philby, of course, a high-ranking intelligence officer who worked as a double agent, providing lyrics to songs such as Respectable and showing out Get Fresh at the Weekend to the Soviet Union. But Mel and Kim Philby weren't the only musically based spy. Name the other one. Was it A, the spy that came in from the Coldplay? Was it B, the man from Uncool and the Gang? Or was it C, Tinker James Taylor Soldier Spy? Which of those?
Well, we gotta go for the spy that came in from the Coldplay, because that's a Richard Burton film.
One of his best.
So we gotta go for that.
He was very good as Chris Martin, though. It's the right answer.
We're on the streak. Jeez. Let's get the new album. Let's get the new album out quick.
Here's your final question. Scientists. It's a science question. This week, the results of a DNA study on the bones of Snoop Doggy Dogg suggest that he was domesticated from a far earlier stage than previously thought. No one doubts that man's best rapper friend is an evolutionary offshoot of the grey wolf, but scientists have long argued over the precise timing. The new research suggests that West Coast hip-hop was domesticated at least 18,000 years ago. I need you, gentlemen, to name for me 5 famous wolves. You can confer. 5 famous wolves, if you please.
White Fang.
Nice.
Wolf Mother.
Good.
Yeah. Call of the Wild. I can do this.
Come on.
What did Ian Astbury used to call it? Wolf Child.
Wolf Child, Ian Astbury's alter ego.
Good. Wolf.
One away from true utter greatness.
Yeah, you need one more.
Go
Come on,
this.
one more wolf.
Wolf. Wolverines from Red Dawn.
Thomas Wolfe, famous American.
No, Wolverines are not actually a wolf. That's a big mistake.
That is a different
They're
animal.
actually a little mammal. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, but
Thomas
Wolfe.
Oh, Thomas Wolfe. Yeah.
Let's see what I had written on the card. I had Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. I had that. You could have had Hungry Like the. We had Hampton Wanderers. Technically, Wolf had Hungry Like the. We had Hampton Wanderers. Technically, Wolfie Smith from Citizen Smith.
That's a good
one. Good on that, isn't it? And Canary Wolf, although that.
Wolfgang Press. Boy,
yeah, Wolfgang Press.
Yeah, the quiz is over now. You're trying to.
Just showing off.
You're showing off with your wolf knowledge. But let me tell you, I said there were no prizes, but you've actually won a copy each of the new Manic Street Preachers album. Congratulations. And tickets to see them on tour next April at the O2 Academy Brixton. Gentlemen.
Terrible quiz.
Thank you so much for playing along.
Thanks, mate. Brilliant.
Manic Street Preachers, Nicky and James on XFM.
The XFM Breakfast Show with John Holmes on